It's your man Jaama. Welcome to Sports Chat with J&J. I'm Jaama.
I'm Jonathan. I'd like to thank you for spending more time with us today as we continue to discuss the topics in the world of sports. What we got on tap for you today, we will discuss the Cavaliers. Why is LeBron struggling and can they come back? Jaama's team there, who we picked, not looking so good. Team I picked, looking
No one was
fantastic.
surprised. OKC let me down the first series.
Yeah, I'm just riding my good picks continuously along.
We're not friends.
Yeah, but first we will start our talk about each NFL division leading up to the start of the season.
Yeah.
Give our predictions and reviews on each one of those. We will start with the NFC East.
NFC least.
Yes.
Least.
Yeah, those teams have a lot of high hopes as far as, what they can do this year. Starts off the Redskins, who won the division last year at 9-7. They made an improvement on their defense, getting Josh Norman in. Offensively, they just want to continue to try to ride what they had started building last year. Can Kirk Cousins continue to move forward and really grasp that job and take it to another level? Eagles, basically starting over. Got a new coach, Doug Peterson, coming in there. You have the quarterback situation. Is it going to be Bradford? Is it going to be Wentz? Who's going to be the starter? Are they going to have all their wide receivers? The one receiver did just get, charged with, rape. So who knows if he's going to start the season or going to play at all. So we'll see what happens there.
Stuff keeps happening to players.
Yeah, Giants, new coach as well. What can they do? Can Eli Manning bounce back?
I'm actually very high on the Giants.
Odell Beckham, what can, they do? And then you have the Cowboys. Can Tony Romo stay healthy?
And not be Tony turnovers like Home Depot. And Menards.
Do have a lot of hopes with Ezekiel Elliott coming into the running behind that line. Can he do a lot? Can their defense stay healthy and not be as horrible as they were last year? So, it's a lot of questions in there. No team really stands out like, oh, this team can really make a run to the Super Bowl.
It's 50-50. You could pick it out of a hat.
Yeah. This, for me, I'm going to go with experience. I'm going to go with the Giants. Because they have experience with Eli Manning winning 2 Super Bowls, Odell Beckham. I'm going to go with the Giants to win the division.
This is a sports jabber first. Something John and I both agree on. Must have been the donut day. Must have been National Donut Day.
Oh, we agreed on the Penguins winning the finals.
I mean, yeah, but, we've kind of had that rift. Just in case you're wondering, I'm coming back for another season of Sports Jab with J&J. Not going anywhere, America. I'm staying right here. Chemistry, chemical reaction, white chocolate, cocoa. I'm just saying. I agree. The Giants will win the division. It's going to come down to can Tony Romo stay healthy and can Des Bryant stay healthy? They have the best offensive line in the league, yes. Mm-hmm. I think Ezekiel Elliott, if he doesn't start, I think him and Darren McFadden will share carries. The big question, but I got to go with the Giants. They signed Janoris Jenkins. That was a big free agency signing that they had. They have Oliver Vernon, Damon Harrison. They also revamped their receiving core with Sterling Shepard as their rookie. Victor Cruz coming back healthy. You add Odell Beckham in that mix. That's a pretty scary receiving core we're going to see.
As long as Victor can stay healthy.
Right.
He's had a lot of issues this past couple of years.
That's the thing. So. I mean, I want to see him doing...
And Odell really needs another receiver so he doesn't get all the focus.
That was saucy. Victor Cruz.
Beckham needs another good receiver on the team so he doesn't get all the focus.
Exactly.
It's hard to get the ball to him when he's double, triple teamed. So they need someone else on the offense to step up and show that they can be a threat. So defenses have to think about them as well. And they didn't really have that all last year. And, Cowboys, can, Des Bryant, Tony Romo stay healthy?
Exactly.
Can Tony Romo figure out that he's supposed to throw it to his team and not the other team? That is something he does seem to forget from time to time.
Tony Romo's turnovers. It's a real thing, I think. Real food. Great food, though. Frozen product. Get it at Home Depot. They have it.
Pretty sure Home Depot doesn't have that.
You're right. Get it at Marketplace or your local grocery store. Walgreens, Walmart. Closest Ho-Hos. I'm sorry.
But Eagles, I that just because the quarterback situation is so up in the air, what is it going to be Sam Bradford? Is it going to be Carson Wentz? If it is Carson Wentz, they are going to struggle just because he is a rookie quarterback coming in. They never seem to do that well. So, and I don't think Sam Bradford is the answer either. And, what kind of offense is Doug Peterson going to run?
The issue, too, the Eagles are running is they don't even have a proven one receiver, that go-to guy for games.
No.
They don't have a running back since LaShawn McCoy. And like you said, their quarterback situation, Bradford might not be the answer. Do you go with Carson Wentz, bring this small-town North Dakota boy to the reins of the NFL? I think if he has...
Or go with Chase Daniels.
Or go with Chase Daniels. I mean, if... I, for one, as a Bison fan, would love to see Carson Wentz be a backup his first year, at least his first or second year, to see what the league is like, the different speeds, and then you would expect by the second or first year he's a backup that next year he probably should be ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with you. I want to see him out a couple of years. I don't want to see him thrown into being a starter.
Because he's going to struggle if he's thrown in this year.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the speed of the game is going to be so different from what he's used to. And like I said, very rarely does a rookie ever come in and light the world on fire. I mean, you look at previous rookies. I mean, Peyton Manning, his first year, he wasn't
didn't
good.
Do that great.
He looked terrible.
Exactly.
Andrew Luck was,
he was okay.
He was okay.
He's subpar.
But, I mean, yeah, for the most part, if a rookie comes in, even the best, most highly touted rookies are going to struggle. They need year or two or however many to be able to, really just grasp everything. And
because too, you got those players. I hate to say this, but all the analysts said Carson Wentz. Oh, he's from a smaller school. Yes, he is, but I mean, that's even in a big school like Alabama. You run into the same question with Ezekiel Elliott. He was from the highly touted Ohio State Buckeyes, but the defensive lines are a lot quicker in the NFL than they were in college, too.
Yeah, you can't... People you could outrun in college, you're not going to outrun in the NFL.
No.
So you could outrun a defensive end in college, but in the NFL, that defensive end is going to catch you. So it's not going to be... you can run over, linebackers in college, but those linebackers in the NFL, no, you're not running over them. They're going to take you out.
I mean, it's a different animal, but No diss to Cowboys fans, because with all due respect, you did have Romo and Des Bryant out for most of the season. You had no backup quarterback, but
I think it's going to be close between them and the Giants at the top. I think the Giants pull
if
out.
The Giants can get all their players they sign, they had a big free agency. I thought they made a lot of splash plays.
Mm-hmm.
Victor Cruz can stay healthy. They have Janoris Jenkins, Odell Beckham, and if the real Eli Manning can show up, that took them to the Super Bowl those years. Like you said, I don't really see the Redskins. They have Josh Norman, but the question is, he got a big contract. Can he play like an all-pro cornerback? You see it so many times with these cornerbacks, or any player in general.
Mm-hmm.
They get this big contract, and then next year they tank. Byron Maxwell left Seattle. He wanted a big-time contract. He absolutely tanked that year. He had a big contract in Philly. So, I mean...
Yeah, a lot of times it is the system that they're in.
Exactly.
What helps them out. I mean, the one thing the Redskins do have going for them is they do have the consistency as far as the coaching spot goes.
Yeah.
The Giants and the Eagles, they do have that turnover. They are starting fresh with the new coach. Redskins, they still have Gruden, still as their coach. So they do have that consistency, familiarity. Is that going to benefit them? I mean, I really do like Kirk Cousins as a quarterback, but
he's a competitor.
Do they have enough? Because last year that division was weak. I mean, the Redskins won with a 9-7 record. It's not going to.
It was awful.
The Cowboys aren't going to be 4-12 if they stay healthy. It's not going to happen. They're going to win more games than that. Eagles, they were 7-9. I could see them finishing below 500 this year just because of all the questions they had. They could actually finish where the Cowboys did at 4-12. It would not surprise me if that was the case.
Because if Sam Bradford doesn't play well, do they go with Carson Wentz in the middle of the season?
Yeah, so you're gonna have. There's just that uncertainty with the Eagles. They're in a rebuilding phase right now, so I could easily see them going 4-12.
Absolutely.
So it's going to be, Redskins, Eagles, Giants. I think they're all going to be kind of bunched together, hovering around. They're going to beat up on each other when they play. But I think the Giants, I'm going to have them, come out
I
there.
got the G-Men as well.
And I don't have anyone else in that division coming out as like a wild card or anything.
No, it's going to just be the division winner's going to go, and that's it.
Yeah, they don't have any
That's
shots.
not a deep enough division.
No, definitely not.
Good stuff. Wow.
Yeah, so moving on from that, last night the Warriors once again beat up on the Cavs, and we were talking all through that game last night.
We were texting back. It felt like we were analysts,
Yeah, and that entire game we were kind of both agreed. What is wrong with LeBron James?
Where was we were waiting for him to have that big game?
Yeah,
it was the second half.
So many times we were watching that game, it looked like he was about to drive to the hole, but nope, passed it.
Pass it.
Yeah,
stupid.
So many times he looked so timid, so unsure of himself that he didn't feel comfortable, so he just kept passing the ball. Kyrie Irving, I thought,
he had the best game of the whole Cavaliers last night.
He was taking the hole. He was being aggressive, whereas LeBron just kind of stood back,
I'm going to drive the lane, and I'm going to look at Krispy Kreme sign up there. I'm going to pass it behind the back. Turnover.
Yeah, and a lot of times, it looked like, right as he's about to drive, then, no, he passes the ball. It's like, you are the best player in the world.
Show it!
Yeah, where are you?
Show it!
If your team is losing, that is a pivotal game.
They were ahead the whole first half.
Exactly.
And the start of the third quarter, you could sense Golden State starting to gain momentum. Curry hit a big three to, I think it was tie the game or to put them up one, and I texted you. I said, "Yep, they're gonna win." That's it.
Yeah, Curry found his stroke. Klay Thompson really never lost. Was consistent throughout the entire game. But yeah, I was just waiting this entire time. Like, where is LeBron? I mean, that game, you have a chance to tie the series up
at home
or fall down 3-1 and have to go back to Oakland.
Yeah.
So that, how or not San Francisco, wherever they play, I believe it's Oakland.
It is Oakland.
Yeah, but how as the best player in the world do you not just say, you know what, guys, get on my back, we're taking this? How many times did Michael Jordan do that?
6 times.
Yeah, Mike Jordan said, no, you guys, get on my back, I am taking us. Get out of my way. Be ready for a pass. If they're as I'm driving, if they're triple team me, then I'll shoot it out. But when LeBron's driving, there's one person that he has to beat.
One or two,
and he's still passing it. No, you take that one person. Now, once you do that more and more, then they're going to start bringing more people in.
Then
that's when you shoot it out.
Then you open up the court to your shooters.
Exactly, but you have to be, as a best player, you have to be that guy that says, no, I'm taking this. You guys just stay out of my way. Just be ready for pass if I have, give it to you. But otherwise, give me the ball.
All of your players are looking to you, and you feel for Kevin Love in this series. Also, it's his first finals, and I told you last night I thought he should have started instead of coming off the bench. I think it really struggled him.
Yeah, I don't think coming off the bench was a big change for him. I don't think he was able to get accustomed to it because they won without him in Game 3. I think that's what they were trying to play. I was like, oh, let's try him to start the game without him to start the game, see how it goes. And Kevin Love, when he was in, it looked like he was playing with some intensity. He didn't have his shots going.
Decent minutes.
He missed some free throws, and he didn't look.
He didn't look like Kevin Love.
No, and Kyrie Irving, like I said, we talked about looked really
I thought
aggressive.
Kyrie Irving had a great game last night.
Yeah,
he just didn't get enough help.
Yes, Irving had 34 points, so he led the.
He led the Cavs in scoring. That's a LeBron James team, and he led them in scoring.
Yeah, Kyrie Irving, he is the second player on that team. He is the Scottie Pippen, if you want to reference that. Bron is Michael, Kyrie is Scottie. Scottie had great games, but he was not the leading.
No, he was always overshadowed. Jordan would have some ridiculous scoring games, and Scottie would be bringing up the rear.
But as the best player in the world, that is what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to have those great games. Larry Bird, he took the team on his back. Magic Johnson took the team on his back. You just go down the list of all these great players, Isaiah Thomas, Bill Russell. They take the team on their back, and they get it done. And LeBron just wasn't doing that. It was so disappointing to see him go. You're at home. You have a chance to tie the series. You have to take him, and that is a pivotal game. If you lose that, you are basically done, which I basically think we'll get to that in a second here. And you just don't seem to have that intensity. It sort of came out towards the end of the game when he got into a little scuffle with Draymond Green, and then he was jawing at Steph Curry a little bit there. But I was like, that's too little too late. I mean, there's only a couple minutes left and you're down too much. So, I mean, you have to have that intensity from tip-off. From tip-off, you have to be that aggressive and that intense.
I picked the Cavs in this series because I was assuming the way LeBron came off in Toronto series to close out, he had a 34-point game. I'd assume he was going to do that this series. He would have more of those games leading in to the finals, and he didn't look like an idiot, you know? I mean,
yeah, so now LeBron is in danger of having his finals record go to 2-5.
2-5.
5 losses in the finals. Yeah, it's impressive that you're in your 7th finals, but 5 losses.
I mean, LeBron's running the thing too. A lot of people out there don't really like him. Reasons I don't know, but certainly if he loses the finals and the way he's been playing, that's gonna just bring more haters onto him.
Well, the thing is with him is like this is his team that he picked.
He left Miami to go here.
He left Miami to come to Cleveland. He wanted Kevin Love. He didn't want Andrew Wiggins. He got them to do that trade. He brought Kevin Love in. He wanted J.R. Smith. They got J.R. Smith in. This is his team. He was basically the general manager, got this team together.
And he's not performing.
Exactly. So this is your team, LeBron. This is your team. You assembled this team, basically. You got rid of your David Blatt as a coach. You brought in Tyronn Lue. This is your team, and
I thought you would have shown up better, LeBron. I mean, and then going to our next topic, you know, they now run to that low, slight percentage of teams go down 3-1. We saw Golden State do it last series, which I picked OKC, but OKC choked in their last 3 games.
In the finals, I believe no team has ever come back from a 3-1 deficit to win.
It's pretty tough,
especially when you didn't have home court advantage because so now you're down 3-1. You're going.
You got to win the next
place.
game in Oakland and Oracle Arena, and they're going to be the goal. I guarantee you. I will use this word again, and it will probably be right. Golden State is going to be hungry. Last year they won a title in Cleveland. You bet your glazed donut that they're going to be all about closing out this series back in their home crowd.
Yeah, and if from the Cleveland aspect, you have to win 2 of the next 3
in Oakland.
Where you got demolished the first 2 games. First game, 104-89. Second game, 110-77. Those games were not even close, and you have to win two games there. I don't see this happening. I don't see the Cavs in any way coming back from 3-1 and winning this. If they had home court advantage, maybe. But the way LeBron is playing and the fact that they have to go to Oakland where, like you said, the Warriors, they want to win it there.
They want to win it. They don't want to go back to Cleveland.
They want to close this thing out and get it done and over with. And I don't see the Cavs. Unless
the real LeBron can show up, they don't have a chance.
No, yeah. If LeBron doesn't play like he is capable of, no shot. You're looking at another blowout, in my opinion, if that's the case.
Yeah.
And the thing is with last night, they were able to contain that Warriors offense so well. They were playing such good defense.
They were playing really physical on Curry off the ball in the first half, and they were boxing out Draymond. They were matching them in physicality, and Golden State was weltering. And then the second half came.
There was
like, oh, no, we're just going to change everything we did the first half.
Second half, they started making a lot more mistakes, and
they left them wide open. You don't leave a shooting team like Golden State wide open threes.
Yeah, and once Curry hit a couple of threes, he got his stroke back,
and it was done. It was over. Yeah. Like, yep. I texted you. I said, yep, that's the game.
Mm-hmm.
I stopped watching.
I'm sure a lot of Cavs fans just turned that off, towards, the midway through the fourth quarter. Because midway through the fourth quarter, you saw some sort of like, they could still go on a run. They still make a little bit of a run. But midway through the fourth quarter, they were just Cavaliers just missing everything. They couldn't even make a layup.
And then, too, they were doing stupid stuff in the fourth quarter and the second half, too, like just going at one-man possession, just looking straight at, like, not working the ball. It'd be just one quick shot or just one-on-ones. And
I had mentioned, like, even in the third quarter, you can start to see it, but the Warriors were so much more aggressive on the boards than the Cavs were. They were getting those
second half.
Yeah, they were getting those rebounds, getting their team, offensive rebounds. They're getting their
3
team
and 4 possessions in one sitting.
Varejao, when he came in, yeah, I mean, he had a terrible flop, which he looked stupid. But he comes in, he's going against his former team. He's
going to be a little hungry for it.
He's
going to
he
be a
was
little
upset
heated.
that the Cavs got rid of him. So he's coming in with some fire, and midway through the third, he was showing up on the boards. He was being aggressive. He got those extra possessions for his teams. Got him those extra couple of shots. He was.
I think it was one point he had like 3 or 4 offensive tips, and they ended up scoring on that possession.
Yeah, the Cavs, they weren't there. I mean, they just kind of looked at the ball, let someone else take it, and then they're around the basket. There's 3 or 4 Cavs there. Yet it's the Warriors that get the possession, then they just shoot it out to Curry or Thompson, saying my 3 wide open, so then they drain the 3, and that's just basically how the story of the second half really is.
It makes you wonder, would Cleveland have even beaten OKC if they made it the way they're playing right now?
If the way they're playing right now, no, I think OKC would have taken them.
Mm.
They have their 2, Durant and Westbrook, were playing a lot better than the top 2 for the Cavs and LeBron and Kyrie. Now, like I said, Kyrie did have a good game this past game, but overall in the series, it hasn't been anything stellar. I mean, LeBron James, best player in the world, this is what he's done. First game, 23 points, 12 rebounds, 9 assists.
That wasn't that bad.
On the face of it, it's not bad, but scores 149.
Right.
And Curry that game, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So once again, we had talked about before, the top 2 Warriors played terrible, and then they still couldn't win.
Yeah, they still won because their bench was unbelievable.
Yeah, second game, James, 19 points,
That's
8 rebounds, 9 assists. And that game was 110-77 Warriors. Game 3, the one game that the Cavs won, James, 32 points, 11 rebounds, 6
Okay, that's more like
that's
it. That's
a LeBron James number.
That's more like it.
This past game, James, 25 points, 13 rebounds, 9 assists. It doesn't seem like he played that well, all honesty. A lot of those must have came in the first half when they were doing well. The second half, he just fell off completely.
If you want to see a LeBron, when I think of LeBron, I want to see a game where he's like 30 and 13 and 12, like some stupid triple-double numbers.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be triple doubles. As long as his points are like above 30, that's where you want him to be at. That's where the best player in the world should be at in the finals.
Exactly.
You exhaust yourself. I mean, it doesn't matter. You do everything you can in the finals to win, especially when your whole thing was, I'm coming back to Cleveland, bring championship to Cleveland. I'm getting this team together. We're going to win. And you don't show up, and you don't even look like you have that much intensity in it. I mean, just at times it looks like he was just out of it.
Yeah, they could have put some of the Cleveland Brown players on the court, and they would have done better.
No, they would have lost by more. Because
Oh,
Browns aren't winners.
yeah, sorry. Keep watching Draft Day, Browns fans.
Yeah, so
Looks like you're just going to turn to 51 years instead of 50 now.
don't worry, Cleveland. Just a few more months, your football team will do even worse to make you hope that the Cleveland Cavaliers come back. So, yeah, at least the Cavaliers gave them hope.
Again.
But then the Browns, they have no hope.
They pretty much know what they're going into.
Yeah.
It's another losing season for us ticket holders.
So just have to Cleveland fans, you get through this. You watch Indians for a little while, who aren't playing that bad. They could maybe make the playoffs. Then you get to football season with the Browns, who just right away
it's going to be
over. You just have to suffer through the Browns for a little bit. Then basketball picks up again. Then you can start focusing on the Cavs again.
We'll cover you Browns fans in the NFL preview as well.
As long as LeBron stays.
I don't know if he could go to Dallas or Charlotte or whoever.
Only thing is, if he leaves, he will not be able to return back to Cleveland.
No.
He came back saying, I'm going to bring a championship. And you get the team together and you lose and then you just bolt.
I don't even know why I'd want to go back to a city where they were burning your jersey and you were being bashed by the GM.
It's his home. He wanted to bring a championship home. And he was going to a younger team. He thought his window to win would be more open than it was in Miami, which with Dwayne Wade, older players, was rapidly closing.
He didn't play that bad this year in the playoffs.
Well, no, but, Dwayne Wade looked a lot better this year than he had in previous years. So
he really did.
When LeBron made the decision, Wade was...
So is he second-guess it by how the Heat played this year? Does that play in his mind in the postseason?
Well, maybe. It is different, too, because Bosh hasn't been playing.
Right.
So, LeBron could be saying, even if I was there, and we wouldn't have the big three. It'd just be the big two because Bosh hasn't been playing, and Bosh's career, who knows what's going to happen there with his medical issues. So, I mean, I don't know if he is. I mean, because he's getting to the finals. It's not
He's
like
just not finishing.
Yeah, it's not like they're losing. I mean, they looked good this entire playoffs. They only lost 2 games in the first 3 rounds.
He won his 2 rings in Miami. I'm just saying.
And then you get to the finals, and you look so out of your league compared to the Warriors. Just not
show up, LeBron. Put on your big boy pants and show why you're the best player on the planet.
The difference between the Warriors and the Cavs is staggering. And so you have to think, they had made this comment, I saw this comment earlier, it's like, should the NBA playoffs reseed? Take all the, playoff, people in the playoffs, and regardless of, East or West, just put them all in, one together and just seed them differently. If they did
so like the West would play the East in the first round?
Yeah, just.
I would love that. That'd be epic.
You would have to think, seeding. Warriors would have been number 1.
Yeah, Cavs would have probably been number 2.
Okay,
the Spurs? OKC, huh?
Would have been Warriors, OKC, Spurs, then the Cavs.
Okay.
So you're 3 teams above where this dominant, and East.
Well,
team.
the West is always a more dominant conference in general.
But I mean, once again, you have the best player in the world.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter, right?
Yeah,
it shouldn't matter. He should show up.
Exactly, and he
gotta show up, LeBron.
He has not been doing that. So
put on your big boy pants. Put out your hair plugs and do something.
We will see what happens in the next game. Will the Warriors close it out?
Probably.
I say yes.
Probably.
I think
it's about a 98%
series
chance.
is done. In a way, that kind of disappoints me. I picked the Warriors in 6, I believe. So, I mean, a little disappointed I'm not going to be exact in my prediction. I'm going to have to go back and check that, though, but I'm pretty sure I said 6.
Darn, that's like a spike show at the finish line of Mario Kart.
I know, right? Well, better than your prediction, at least, so I got that going for me. What was your prediction again?
Red shells.
What was your prediction?
Red shells. Well, don't criticize me. I'm feeling gassy. It's a wind farm.
What was your prediction? Is it Cavs in 7? Was it Cavs in 7?
Do you want me to stay on this series?
Want to stay on the series?
Or the show? Season? Whatever it is. Episode? Yeah.
Come on, there will be a time where I'll make a bad prediction. You can get on me, but you know what?
I'm trying to keep it classic because I'm on TV. National TV. National camera.
He picked the Cavs.
I did, America. I picked the Cavs and they're disappointing me royally.
That's because he just really hates the Thunder.
The Thunder?
Not Thunder, but Warriors. What? You hate the Warriors.
I don't hate the Warriors. I respect
You told me last night you hate the Warriors.
I do, but I respect their game. I respect them as human beings, and I respect what they do on the field, Carol.
They don't play on a field.
Court. Field if you had grass. Could be artificial. Could be artificial wood.
It's not. But
we just don't know.
I'm not a Warriors fan, but I recognize greatness, and they are a great
team.
My
gosh, I do recognize greatness for crying out the Rabota.
You thought that they weren't even going to make the finals. You thought
I didn't because OKC was playing. Who didn't think OKC would win? Because they were down 3-0, baby.
I didn't. I picked them.
We're never going to Tim Hortons again. I will never go to your marketplace and grab donuts with you again. Find somebody else. Next topic.
So jealous.
Bill me.
Not jealous.
Not jealous.
Well,
this is a friendship we have, guys. Just to like, we aren't like this off the camera. We're just best buds. I mean, well, it's debatable.
Well,
if it's Mario Kart, we go for blood.
It's vicious, yeah. So, but now, okay, this is your topic.
Yes.
Kaepernick.
Yes. He finally has seen the light out of all of his tattoos from Krispy Kremes and Home Depot. He has said to everybody, I like the nanos. I love the nanos. I can't wait to see what Chip Kelly gonna do. Give me a donut. I'm gonna throw it in the hole. I will say, it's about bloody time, Kaepernick. You have disgusted me the whole summer. You are out of shape. You look like a string bean. Yes, you had some surgeries. Yes, you did. But finally, mercifully, Chip Kelly must have talked to you, and you finally figured out, oh, Chip Kelly, the best thing happened to me, cuz he the best thing since Jim Harbaugh. Finally. Now he wants to see what Chip Kelly does. I say hallelujah. The gates have opened to Mount Fuji and Wakanda, and now, Niner Nation, you can rest temporarily.
You can rest until you start playing.
I know, that's It's about where I'm at.
Like, yeah, it seems all nice and good that he wants to play there, but
It's about time.
it's just a matter of, like you said, he doesn't look
Got to
to
fit
be
the
same
scheme.
shape.
He's not. Yeah, he's really skinny because he's lost all his muscle mass from all his surgeries. So he's gonna. They've already said. I've already read reports that Blaine Gabbert's gonna be the guy. Chip Kelly likes how he's bought in right away, and we don't know. It could come down to schemes, like we said before.
Yeah, I mean, I get if they want to put Blaine Gabbert as the number one starter right now because he has been there the entire time. He hasn't been whining and pouting.
He's been working his butt off.
He is
in
in shape.
Yeah,
where Kaepernick's been, kind of a little bit, a little bit baby, and then he hasn't been in shape. So I understand that Kaepernick's gonna have to, like we've talked about before, he's gonna have to earn his way back.
He's got to win the players and the coach back over.
Exactly,
plain and simple.
Not an easy thing to do. You have to do that on the field, but you have to get a chance to get on the field to do it. But, if he's a backup, he just has to shut his mouth and, be all in.
Do what the team and coach is asking.
Hope that you get your chance. That's all you can really do. And then if, if Gabbert's good and then Kaepernick gets released, well then,
probably meant to be.
Exactly. Like I said, I think Kaepernick works really well in that system that, Kelly wants to run.
He does, if maybe he's starting to finally see that.
Yeah, took him way too long to do it. He should have, seen that right away.
Day one.
Yeah. If he came out right away when Chip Kelly was announced as a coach and he said, "Great, I'm excited, can't wait to do it." It would be a battle between, him and, Blaine Gabbert. Then it would just come down to actual physical attributes instead of right now, whereas Gabbert has the physical attributes and he's already, he's kept the respect of the players and the coaches by being
the locker room as a quarterback.
Yeah. That's not an easy thing to do. So, Kaepernick, he's saying the right things now. It just took way too long for him to say it. And then, lastly, last week, he lost one of the greats, Muhammad Ali. Just all the stories that you hear come out, about him, just so amazing. He did have some, issues there, dodging the draft, things like that. But if you just hear all the stories of the humanitarian things that he did, it's amazing. He was
heartwarming.
The greatest boxer ever, without question. No doubt about that. Nowhere even close to it. But then the person was off, out of the ring. Once you get past, people like to say, he did have some issues with, draft dodging, then he had some racist comments there too, but for the most part, just all the things to do was just amazing. Going to these small countries and, immersing himself in there and, doing so many good things that he didn't want any cameras to see him doing. He just did it out of the goodness of his heart. And a lot of these stories didn't come out until people who were there said it, because he wasn't looking for the publicity or anything. He didn't want to seem like this great guy. No, he was legitimately a great guy. He just did it out of the goodness of his heart. Nowadays, God, you look at all these celebrities like,
they want to be known that they're doing it.
Yeah, it's like, where are the cameras? I want the cameras to catch me while I'm giving this person this check. It's like, no, you don't need the cameras. Just do it out of the goodness of your heart. That's what makes a great person a great person. You can do it without having to be seen. Yeah, it's a great person loss. And another great loss was Gordie Howe from NHL, known as Mr. Hockey. So it's a big loss in the world of hockey. Like I said, we don't know much about hockey. No, you're going to admit that. I'm not even going to try to say any of his stats or anything. I know is he played a really long time and he was tough as nails. And, from everything came out too, he was, good guy too. No one came out and had anything bad to say about him. So it's always sad when, you lose these great players, that define their sports. How do we define boxing? Gordie Howe, along with Wayne Gretzky, I'd say defined.
Oh, yeah, he'd definitely be on the... There was a Mount Rushmore of all sports, more than just 4 heads or however many heads are up there.
Yeah, if he took, say a head from each sport.
Yeah. Muhammad Ali's head would be sculpted.
Oh, yeah, definitely. There's
through the mountains.
I don't see anyone even close in boxing compared to him.
I mean, some people would probably say, I'd love to see this fight, but him and Mike Tyson in his prime, would have been a great fight.
Oh, yeah, that would have been amazing to see those two go out in their prime. But, yeah, I mean, it's so sad that boxing now is just this...
It's a shell of what it used to be.
Yeah, well, because no one goes boxing. All the goers are going to go UFC.
Yep.
That's way more exciting to watch than boxing. Because look at the last big fight in boxing. Pacquiao, Mayweather. Boring. Horribly boring.
I mean, I liked it.
No, it's just you had Floyd Mayweather just, playing defense the entire game. So it's, just them kind of, moving around. punch here and there. Well, no, UFC, it's all in right there. It's punches, kicks, flying. It's way more exciting than
I don't want to
boxing.
talk about UFC.
You're still upset about Rousey losing.
I want to talk about. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you are.
I just have
You have allergies.
allergies. Yeah.
Yep, got allergies from Ronda Rousey losing. It'll be okay. She'll fight again. She'll fight again.
It's back on Muhammad Ali. Excuse me here. Sorry. Allergies. I didn't take any Flonase today.
So yeah, all the greats, rest in peace. Had Ali's funeral this past Friday. Tons of people showed up to that. Bill Clinton was there. Will Smith. There's a lot of dignitaries from other countries there as well. So
It's really sad because he meant so much to the boxing community. I wasn't fortunate. Didn't have the pleasure of being born when he was fighting, but I saw all of his big fights on ESPN Classics, and he probably he had the fastest hands in boxing.
Oh yeah,
and his footwork was unparalleled.
Get great quotes.
Great quotes, yes. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
That's the most iconic, one of the most iconic quotes ever.
Then he also had to throw in Manila against George Foreman in Africa. Probably close to Wakanda.
On that note, we're going to sign off now. Once again, subscribe to our YouTube page. Follow us on Facebook. Share with your friends. Let them know about us. Comment. We love to answer questions. So comment, leave questions below for us to answer. Have a good night.
And just remember, Sports Jaama J&J, the greatest of all time.